How is everybody doing this fine New Year's Eve day, afternoon? Well, this is Craig, and as promised, I am back. Here's the top 10 of 2018. Movies that were released in 2018, saw in 2018. Not that I saw. That I saw. These are all movies that were released this year that I saw. I've also seen a ton of others. That's something. I actually did top 5 countdown of those on Hot Cheers and Blood. Might want to go back, check out the episode. By the way, if you're a Hot Cheers and Blood fan, tonight, bunch of the gang getting together, having a nice New Year's Eve stream, playing it safe, hanging out, not going out into this crazy world. I was near Times Square. People are there in diapers. I don't get it. I'd rather sit here and drink with you guys and go to the bathroom in my house. That said, though, here's the top 10 movies, in my opinion anyway, of 2018. I am going to start off with some, I'm not saying honorable mention. Not for these anyway. I have honorable mention. But I'm not going to say these are notable exceptions. A couple movies that are on a lot of top lists, just not mine. Halloween. I'm not going to tell you why. Go back, watch my review, post it all of you. No questions asked. Hereditary. Movie was acted amazingly. The cinematography was great. No problems with that. It tried to be too smart. It probably ran too long. It didn't have to allude to everything. There will be spoilers. One example of a spoiler, though, for me is the pigeon loses its head. Then the real girl loses the head. Then the mother loses the head. How did the mother not know that who her mother's friend was in the cult? How did the mother's body get in the attic and no one knew? If the mother never leaves it just I didn't like a lot of those aspects to it. Listen, if it got an acting award for Toni Collette or supporting for the little girl, I wouldn't fault it. Just for me, it was very, very overhyped. Ritual on Netflix. I don't like movies where the protagonist hero is an asshole, and essentially he's the reason everyone's dead. And I'm supposed to care about the guy, and yeah, he made it against a weird moose type creature. No. Other ones not on the list, but not necessarily in a bad field. I just haven't seen a couple. I didn't see Annihilation because I always viewed that as more sci-fi, and I've seen it on horror list, so maybe I was wrong. I'll go back and check it. I didn't see The Nun or Slender Man. The Nun, I'll probably eventually see Slender Man. No, no thanks. I heard Slender Man makes Bye Bye Man look good, so I've heard that enough from enough reliable sources, though. Usually I say judge for yourself, but there's so many options. I also haven't seen that new movie with the zombies and the Nazis. Again, that's in the theaters now. And I haven't seen Slaughterhouse Rules, the Simon Pegg horror movie, which I just haven't seen it because I didn't realize it came out. I knew of it. I will check it out because I'm a big fan of Simon Pegg movies. I've liked just about every movie I've seen Simon Pegg in where he has a main lead. Shaun of the Dead, um, the British cop one, the End of the World, Run Fat Boy Run. I'm a big fan of Simon Pegg. But that said, those movies aren't on this list. Two quick honorable mentions, just because of how they were done. The movie Unsane, very cool, shot an iPhone, although today's technology, iPhones are probably better than some of the movie cameras they used in the 80s and the early 90s. But that movie had a twist within a twist within a twist. It pulled it off. It was acted very well. I would love to see her get an acting nomination in the world of horror, though she probably won't. If there's a horror awards, yes, but not the gold. You know how it goes. And the other honorable mention is a movie called Revenge, which is a revenge movie. It is a girl who was raped, who rests for dead, comes back and takes care of all the guys. It is shot amazingly well. But the reason I want to give an honorable mention is because it shows you can do this type of movie without being gratuitous. Like I hate, and I hope no one like. It's weird to say I hate rape scenes. I don't. Whatever they're in, whether it's male, male, girl, 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 it's just hard to watch. Whether it's Spit on Your Grave, Rest House on the Left, and I think sometimes they're done over the top. Hell, even Pulp Fiction. I think sometimes they're just. I get it. They have a role to play, yada yada. But this movie, it sort of alluded to that. Unless maybe it's the director's cut and I missed the director's cut. They're a lot more violent, and then I take away the kudos. But so they were able to have the revenge story, even though there's no way she should have survived falling off a cliff and being impaled, but she did. Um, but that said, but you want to hear what my top 10 is? I will be right back because clearly a very popular guy. And I'm back. Somebody actually picking up beverages for this evening. But that about events. So that's an honorable mention. I go the top 10. My top 10 for the year. Number 10 is an anthology called Territory 2. Terror Tory 2. Territory 2, it's the first time I've seen an anthology that sort of picks up where the last one left off. Like, there's a lot of sequel anthologies, like the VHSs, obviously creep shows, but it doesn't pick up with the same characters. It's sort of new stories. In this, you have some new stories, but you also have Smiling Jack comes back, the Midnight Crown comes back. I really like how it's done, so that is my number 10. I recommend seeing Territory 1 first. I think it ties together. You don't have to, but it makes it a better watch. There were some other anthologies that came out. Tales from the Hood 2. You had American Gods, I think it is. American something or another. Phil, you know what it is. Just say down below. The reason anthologies are good is because they have, even a bad anthology might have one or two good stories. The same with the Creatures we're starring. That new one, the first two stories are really good. And the Rudolph one wasn't bad either. I always thought Rudolph was a dick. But for me, the best anthology that came out this year, at least the ones I saw, there's one I haven't seen, let me know down below. I'd definitely check it out. It's Territory 2. My number 9 movie is more of a, it's more 4 movies, but it's really obviously just one. Insidious 4, The Last Key. I did not see the Insidious, I did not see the Insidious movies in order, but I saw this. Maybe I don't know if this is the first. It might have been the first one I saw, and I saw it backtracked. I know by the time this one came out, she's already dead. Spoiler alert. But Lynn Shay, awesome horror actress. Autograph companies. I know you got Dee Wallace now. Where's Lynn Shay? I would definitely buy both. But the Insidious franchise, I think, is one of the better franchises to come along, and I think sometimes it's overlooked. So, Insidious, The Last Key might not be the best of them, but I got to give it some love. Sort of a lifetime achievement, if you will. Number 8, we have You Might Be the Killer. You Might Be the Killer is a pretty unique movie. It is it has some Final Girls in it, like Final Girls cheekiness. Maybe even with some Leslie Vernon, kind of, sort of. I like it a lot. It has Alison Hannigan, Willow for Buffy. I know she was on How I Met Your Mother too, but she'll always be Buffy. We also had, is it Franz? Something Franz, or Franz something. The guy from the protagonist in Bloodsucking Bastards. He's also the big hero, the stoner character from Cabin in the Woods. He was in it, and essentially, there's this big graphic. There's a camp, Freddy, Jason killer going around. People are dying left and right. He's scared. He's covered in blood. He's calling his friend. He's like, "Oh my God, there's a killer! Help! Help! Help!" And then she asks him, "You're covered in blood, yada yada." He's like, "Are you cut?" Like, "No." And she's like, "How do you know you're not the killer?" And he's like, "What?" It's fun. It's horror comedy, but it's not comedy like haha. It's more like, oh, okay, I see what they're doing there. I recommend watching it. It's on Shudder. I had a good time with it. I bet you will too. The next one is Bloodfest. Not Hellfest, not American Horror Fest, Bloodfest. Similar movies have coming out this year. Hellfest was in the theaters. Bloodfest wasn't. Bloodfest is better. Bloodfest is more creative. If it wasn't for Tate Donovan's character and role, I would rank Bloodfest even higher. But Bloodfest is definitely on my list at a number 7. Number 6 is Unfriended Dark Web. Unfriended Dark Web. People sort of shit on the Unfriended movies. I know Friend Request wasn't great, but Unfriended 1, I didn't mind at all. I enjoyed it. Unfriended 2, I liked even more. The twists got better. Like the way they hacked into the computer. The one kid, the way he got killed, they hacked into his computer, hyped up his sound system, had gunshot. Watch it. I don't want to spoil too much of it. Watch it. Unfriended Dark Web. My only thing is this: if you're like me, you're a little bit older, or you don't have perfect vision, have a big TV or be near the TV, because they do throw stuff on the Facebook messages quick, and it's like, what was that? And you don't want to be that person going, Sonny, what did they say? So keep that in mind. So those are the top 10 through 6. So to recap, we have Territory, Insidious, You Might Be the Killer, Bloodfest, and Unfriended. My next one, um, and oddly enough, we have three movies that are technically sequels or more. My next one, number 5, is what Halloween should have been: Leprechaun 2, or Leprechaun Returns. Just like with the Halloween movie, Leprechaun Returns said, "We're pretending nothing else ever happened." Unlike the Halloween movie, they came up with a believable scenario. And even though people like, what do you mean it's believable? How did the leprechaun get out? Well, he got out. It's not like he made the water leave. Unfortunately, that pump the girls put on the thing caused the water to shoot out, and some got an ollie, and just a little piece of the leprechaun was in there. So he, again, spoiler alert, broke out of the big guy. It was a lot of fun. It it is, and he's no Walk Davis. If you watch it looking for Walk Davis, you're gonna be disappointed. But if you just watch it for the movie it is, like, I don't watch every horror movie and go, "Oh, he's not Freddy, he's not Jason, I don't like it." Like, you can't do that. I know it's the same character, but they even give a believable reason why he looks different. "Oh, I was down there melting the whole time. Look what happened to me." So, Leprechaun 2, I recommend it. I actually think it's the third best. Initially, if you saw my views, I said second. That's because I forgot about the sequel and I kind of jumped to the hood. Um, but Tales, it's Leprechaun 1 and 2, and then Leprechaun Returns in that series. But it's so worth watching. Number 4, good old Art the Crown, and it's mainly because of Art the Crown, Terrifier. Like, he portrayed the creepy maniacal killer so well, but he wasn't an evil clown. To me, he was an evil mannequin, which would be even better because not mannequin, evil mind, because it's never been done. Like, he didn't say anything. He didn't words like Pennywise. I don't buy the tagline makes Pennywise look like Krusty, because if I had to fight one of them, I'm going to fight Art the Crown. Okay, because Pennywise got all this mystical powers and shit, and Art the Crown, yeah, maybe he can come back from a bullet in the head, but he still doesn't. He's still not overpowered. So I'd still like my chances there versus Pennywise and his, what his real body form looks like. But Terrifier was a fun movie. It was a fun throwback. Everyone's like, "Oh, the story, the this, the that." Well, you're not watching it for that. You're not going to a Killer Crown movie looking for Hamlet. If you are, then stop watching movies because you're not going to find what you're looking for. Number 3. And number 3 is a movie. It's a movie. Of course, it's a movie. It's on the list, Craig, right? Just spit it out. Number 3 is a movie that, amazingly enough, after I saw it, I probably want to put in my top 10. And the more I thought about it, and I resaw it, and the more I thought about it, and then like it kept moving up, and I saw people doing their own reviews, and they're saying stuff. I'm like, I agree with that. I don't. Okay, yada yada. And the soundtrack's freaking amazing. Okay, although the original release didn't have a scene from the trailer in it, like, and that was when the car pulls up alongside, and all of a sudden Tiffany starts playing with I think We're Alone Now, and that scene had me because I used to do a joke in my comedy act about how everyone likes that scene, that song is a love song, but it's like a stalker song. And obviously, I'm talking about Strangers Pray at Night. Good, fun thrasher flick. The kids fought back. There were stupid decisions, but again, thrasher movies always are stupid decisions. And as someone said, and this might have even been the guy, this might have been Damien himself who played the Baghead. Is that what we call him, Baghead? Sackhead? No, Jason's Baghead. So is he Sackhead? I don't know. Like he said, everyone can say what you do in that situation, but who knows? You might get scared. You might forget the gun was on the table. You might do. I don't know. I'd like to think I wouldn't, but you never know. So number 3, Strangers Pray at Night, absolutely fun flick. Number 2, something that I kind of surprised they have up this high, because the other ones in the series I'm okay with, but I don't love. Puppet Master Littlest Like. Puppet Master Littlest Like was done. It wasn't done. It wasn't done by Band Studios. It wasn't done by Full Moon, I should say. Um, and it shows. Whether it's more money to put in, high quality actors and actresses, like people Um, I enjoyed the hell out of that movie. That movie was a freaking blast to watch. I loved the new puppets. I thought the scenario was quite believable. How people are coming to this auction with all these expensive dolls, and then this incantation awakens them, and then they kill, and then are trying to make their way to free their master. I loved it. I had a blast watching it. It, to me, is the definition of a fun horror movie. Like when you think of a fun horror movie, that's what. Hey, you want to watch something fun with your buddies? You're gonna sit back and laugh. It's not over the top. The kills are phenomenal. You have beheadings. You have a weird abortion. Yeah, fetus extraction. Yes, highly recommend it. Again, if everything I just said though, you hear, oh my God, Craig, that sounds gory. That's not for me. Obviously, it's not for you. I will say from my list, if you're not a fan of gore, I would watch Insidious 4. Um, yes, that's it. Maybe I like gore, and I didn't realize it. But the next one too, because it doesn't have much gore, and it's my number one, and it's an amazing freaking film, and no one talks about it. No one gives it nearly enough love. No one says how good it is. Okay, and they should, because it is a movie that came out this year called He's Out There. He's Out There. My only thing to you, and I know what I'm about to say to you is hard. Don't watch the trailer for He's Out There, because if you watch the trailer, um, it's going to be. It gives away something that you don't want to have it given away. Like it spoils one little thing. That one little thing that would have made the movie better. Okay, and that is a certain death that happens. But this movie, you have a mother, her kids go to a cabin. There's a nice groundskeeper nearby. Um, you know, and obviously there's somebody out there, and the intensity is built in a good way. I'll give you an example of another movie that I left off my list, that I should have had, that definitely should get honorable mention. Um, no, yeah, no. It'd be in my top 15. Quiet Place. Quiet Place built suspense, but it had such a it had such an like obvious way to do it. Everyone be quiet. In this, he's out there. They built suspense too, sort of like in Don't Breathe, or in um the Wrong Turn scene where they're sneaking out and he's got to grab the door handle and all that. When you can build that in a non-forcing way, it's so well done. He's Out There is a movie. It's a movie I don't own yet. It's a movie I want to own. I need to. I got to pick up. I know. I assume it's available on Blu-ray. Who knows? I got some Amazon gift cards for my birthday, so maybe I'll buy it after I'm filming this video, which I just realized has gone ungodly wrong, and I apologize for that. But I do like to argue, in a fun way. If you ever watch Hot Cheetos, Darren and I go at Larry and I go at it. So what movies? What am I? What do you think I'm long on? What do you think I'm right on? What haven't you seen that you should check out? Um, I will write these down in the description, so in case you couldn't make out something I said, or lost track of something. But thank you for checking out my video. Thank you. If you watched all this time, I'm going to tell you, there's a contest coming up soon. Okay, so you sort of have some inside information. You can be on the lookout for it. But it'll be a fun one. That said, folks, I hope you have a great New Year's Eve tonight. You be safe. If you're going out, if you're staying home, I don't know, give your family a nice big hug. Tell them how much you appreciate them, because we don't get to keep everyone forever, unfortunately. Anyway, be good and have a great 2019. Peace.